How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today for you I have episode 2 in our Versus series, where we have February's Game of the Month, the reigning champion, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2, going up against March's Game of really do enjoy this one. The over-the-top gameplay, the just endless combinations of player or character customizations on how you want to make them look. Some of the weapons actually do different things. It's just the sheer the appeal for Plants vs Zombies is it's a game that's just absolutely over the top while you're playing it, but at the same time, you're not taking yourself so seriously. Even in the Division, you take yourself seriously. It's a serious game. I'm putting in the time and effort to grind out to get certain pieces of gear. I'm taking the time to look at the stats and making sure everything is set up appropriately. I don't do that in the Plants vs. Zombie games. The hardest choice I have to pick is do I want to be a damn rose, or am I going to be an orange? Or am I going to be a cactus? Or do I want to be a football zombie or an imp? That's the hardest decision you have to make when you play this game. Like I said, if you're looking for a game where literally all you can do is throw it in the system, whether you have some friends to play with or if you're just playing with a bunch of randoms and you're just looking to have some fun, mindless, easy game time while you're doing it, Plants vs. Zombies is going to be your game. If you're looking for something where you're going to put some time and effort, some thought into it, I'd go with the Division in this case. If not, just a sheer fun time, I'm going with Plants vs. Zombies. Now, one of the big things in my reviews that I talk about is the longevity of a game. How long am I going to be able to play this game? How long is this game going to be relevant within my library that I'm playing at the current time? One of the big things that I had set aside to talk about in my review for the Division is its longevity and how that was going to play out. And the only real basis of comparison was Destiny and how they handled their DLC. I'm going to have to say that initially, to start out, I was reserved. I was kind of worried about how the DLC expansions were going to be for the Division. after this first one that we got. Now the Incursion, there's been some mixed reviews, some mixed thoughts on whether that's, you know, it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's just simple horde mode, whether it's something worth doing. So there's still talks about that. But again, this is just a free update. It was a major update, but it was free. So we're not getting the big expansion yet like we've had for the DLCs. So we'll wait to judgment on that. But if you just base it solely off of this and the changes they've made, and that's kind of what I'm focusing on the most, the changes they've made, I think we can have some good hopes and some positive thoughts on the direction of the division, how things are going. I think they've listened to the community on how hard it was to get high-end equipment, and then how unbalanced the Dark Zone was at times, where you had people who had gotten that high-end equipment and had grinded out. The gap between those players and what you maybe call a casual or a common player, the gap was huge, and they've fixed that. And the fact that they've listened to their player base and they've made changes to the games gives me high hopes that we're going to see maybe a different extra content and DLC pattern for the Division than we did with Destiny. Now, when it comes to Plants vs. Zombies and its longevity, I said in that review the game was going to have a decent amount of longevity to it. It wasn't going to be a game, we'll say even like the Division, since we're comparing these two, where depending on the DLC, depending on the extra story missions and the extra content, I could probably get 30, 40, maybe even 50 hours out of it just by doing the grinding to get the next level gear, the next highest gun. Not saying the content's going to last that long by any means. It probably won't, but I'm constantly grinding because I'm trying to get my guy a little bit better for the next expansion to come out. You're not going to do that in Plants vs. Zombies. It's just not going to happen. It's a game where literally you just pick it up and you go and play. Now, it's a fun game, and that can be fun to do, but I think over time, whereas they add new stuff to it, they add new maps, maybe some new skins, theme type stuff. It may be enough content for you to throw it in for an hour here and there if you're just trying to kill some time, but it's not going to be enough content where you're going to put in 40, 50, 60, 70 hours within this game and bypass some other games like The Division, like Uncharted when that comes out, things like that. So with that said, I'm going to have to say the winner this month is The Division. Now, I know I focused heavily on the replayability of both of these games. Just to be clear, I think both of these games are fun. I have enjoyed playing both of them. Maybe for different reasons, but they're both fun. So if you're looking for a game that is entertaining and you're going to get that out of it, you can't go wrong with either one. But again, I've always said in a lot of my videos and a lot of the stuff on Facebook, the number one important thing that I think any gamer should be concerned about is how long am I going to be able to play this game, and am I going to get my money out of this? Am I going to get the value for my dollar? I still think there's a question mark in the Division right now because we haven't seen a true expansion, but I think this big update, this free update they just did, gives you enough, or gives you a little bit of hope. Maybe we'll not say enough, maybe a little bit of hope that the DLC, the true expansions that we're probably going to have to pay for if you got with a season pass, are going to give me that value, are going to justify me spending the money on this game. So in that fact alone, because I think both equally are fun, both equally are entertaining, the one thing that pushed the Division over the top for me was the potential ability for a long-term life cycle, to put hours upon hours upon hours into the game. So with that said, guys, we've got a new champ. We'll go ahead and we'll see if this champ can dethrone, or can not dethrone, retain its title against April's Game of the Month. It's going to be pretty hard, I think. But again, guys, I appreciate your time and your support of the videos and the support of the channel. And I will catch you guys next time.